Most women who stay home believe they're economically inactive. That belief costs them decades of compounding wealth. The invisible work they already perform is capital they've been discarding. The structure of household labor contains monetizable systems. What mothers dismiss as routine is often a transferable skill set that markets pay for continuously. The gap isn't competence, it's perception. Economic isolation inside the home creates a blindness to opportunity. Women performing high-complexity task management daily cannot see their own leverage. They've been trained to view caregiving as separate from commerce. This is structural, not personal. The dominant cultural narrative tells mothers their value is non-economic, that their contribution ends at the threshold of the home. Meanwhile, corporations monetize the exact skills they perform without compensation, scheduling, negotiation, resource allocation, emotional regulation, systems design. These aren't soft skills, they're operational infrastructure. What changes isn't capability. It's the decision to stop performing economic labor for free and start designing income around existing behavioral patterns. Not addition, substitution. The 15 models that follow aren't aspirational. They're architectural. Each one leverages a form of domestic intelligence that already exists. Some scale quickly, others compound slowly. The variable is intentionality. Notice the difference between a side hustle and an income system. One exchanges time, the other builds equity. Virtual assistance isn't about being helpful. It's about monetizing operational management. Mothers already run multi-stakeholder systems. They coordinate schedules, manage conflicting priorities, anticipate needs before they're voiced. These are executive functions. Businesses pay between $30 and $75 per hour for someone who can do this remotely. The work is identical, the context shifts. Platforms exist to match assistants with clients. But the real infrastructure is task management software and communication systems. Some creators use tools designed for remote collaboration. One example is listed in the description. Freelance bookkeeping operates on a similar principle. Household budget management is financial systems thinking, tracking expenses, categorizing transactions, reconciling accounts. The only difference between managing a family budget and a small business ledger is software. And software is learnable. Certifications aren't always required. Many small businesses need basic bookkeeping. Monthly retainers start around $300 per client. 3 clients is $900. 6 is $1,800. The math is clean. Mothers who've managed school communications or neighborhood networks already understand community management. Brands need someone to monitor comments, respond to messages, maintain tone, foster engagement. It's relational work at scale, and it's remote. The pay range is $15 to $50 per hour, depending on platform complexity. The skill isn't technical. It's social architecture. Curriculum development for homeschooling families has become a microeconomy. Parents who've designed learning systems for their own children can package that knowledge. Lesson plans, unit studies, resource guides. These sell as digital products on platforms built for educators. Some women earn between $500 and $3,000 per month, selling structured curricula they've already created for free. Notice the pattern. The labor already happened. The revenue is a function of distribution. Meal planning services monetize nutritional logistics. Mothers already perform this. They balance preferences, manage budgets, accommodate restrictions, optimize for time. When this system is templated and sold, it becomes subscription income. Clients pay $10 to $30 per week for personalized plans. 20 clients is $200 per week, $800 per month. The operational cost is nearly zero. There are tools designed exactly for this type of workflow. Resources are listed below. Online tutoring converts educational support into contracted labor. Mothers who help with homework are already teaching. Formalizing it means scheduling, pricing, and platform selection. Tutors earn $22.60 per hour, depending on subject and grade level. The infrastructure is a webcam and a whiteboard app. Content writing for niche blogs monetizes domain-specific knowledge, parenting, home organization, budget travel, nutrition. Women living these topics daily have more insight than generalist writers. Clients pay per word or per article. Rates range from 0.05 to 0.50 per word. A 1,000-word article at 0.20 is $200. 10 articles per month is $2,000. The skill is clarity, not creativity. Etsy-based product businesses allow mothers to monetize craft skills they've been performing recreationally: printables, planners, digital art, personalized items. The platform handles payment processing and customer access. Revenue is variable, but some sellers generate between $500 and $5,000 per month with optimized listings and consistent production cycles. Transcription work converts audio to text. It requires focus and accuracy. Both are abundant in women trained to listen while multitasking. Transcriptionists earn $15 to $30 per audio hour. Processing 3 audio hours per day generates between $225 and $450 per week. The schedule is flexible. The work is isolated. Some people solve this with a dedicated transcription setup. The reference is in the description. Social media management for local businesses monetizes attention and aesthetic judgment. Mothers scrolling platforms daily already understand engagement patterns. Turning that into income means offering content calendars, posting schedules, caption writing, analytics review. Small businesses pay $300 to $1,500 per month for consistent management. The overlap with existing behavior is almost total. Proofreading and editing services leverage linguistic precision. Women who notice typos reflexively can convert that into contracted work. Editors earn $22.50 per hour, depending on document complexity. Platforms connect editors with authors. Agencies hire remote contractors. The demand is constant. Digital course creation packages knowledge into automated income. Mothers with expertise in budgeting, organization, postpartum recovery, sleep training, any systematized knowledge, can build once and sell repeatedly. Courses priced between $30 and $300. 10 sales per month. $100 is $1,000. $50 is $5,000. The labor is front-loaded. The income continues. Affiliate marketing monetizes recommendation behavior. Mothers already suggest products, books, tools, services. Affiliate links convert those suggestions into commission. Rates vary, but consistent creators earn between $200 and $10,000 per month, depending on audience size and niche focus. The infrastructure is a blog or social presence and tracking links. Podcast editing serves the creator economy's production gap. Many podcasters lack technical editing skills. Editors clean audio, remove filler words, balance levels, add intros. The rate is $20 to $100 per episode, depending on length and complexity. A mother processing 5 episodes per week at $40 each earns $800 per month. There are tools designed for remote audio workflows. One example is in the description. Voice-over work converts vocal clarity into contracted income. Audiobooks, e-learning modules, promotional videos, all require voice talent. Rates range from $100 to $500 per finished hour depending on project type. Mothers with quiet home environments and decent microphones can audition on casting platforms. The commonality across all 15 models is this: they don't require new skills, they require economic reframing. The capabilities already exist. What's missing is the decision to stop giving them away. Each model operates on different timelines. Some generate income within weeks, others take months to establish. The question isn't which one is fastest. It's which one aligns with existing rhythms without requiring structural life changes. This is critical. Mothers don't need another obligation. They need income systems that fit inside the life they already have. The traditional employment model penalizes fragmented schedules. These models reward them because they're built for asynchronous work, for start-stop rhythms, for unpredictable availability. That's not a limitation. It's a design feature. The other structural advantage is scalability. Employment trades time for money at a fixed rate. These models allow compounding. A virtual assistant can raise rates. A course creator can increase enrollment. A bookkeeper can add clients. Income isn't capped by hours available. It's capped by systems design. Notice what's absent from this list. Multi-level marketing, inventory-based models, high-capital startups, anything requiring upfront financial risk or predatory recruitment structures. These 15 models operate on skill, not speculation. The women who succeed in these spaces aren't outliers. They're ordinary mothers who stopped waiting for permission to monetize what they already know. They didn't become different people. They recalibrated their economic identity. That recalibration is the entire shift. The infrastructure required is minimal. A computer, internet, focus, time. But time is the variable most mothers believe they lack. So the real question becomes, where is time currently being spent on unpaid cognitive labor that could be redirected toward paid systems? Most mothers spend hours per week on uncompensated emotional labor for extended family, social coordination, volunteer management, free consulting for friends. That's economic leakage. Redirecting even 5 of those hours toward monetized work changes annual income by thousands. The guilt around this redirection is cultural, not rational. Women have been conditioned to believe that prioritizing income is selfish, that care and commerce are opposites. They're not. Commerce funds care. Economic sovereignty protects care. The choice isn't between being a good mother and earning money. It's between economic dependence and economic agency, between waiting for external validation and building internal infrastructure. Mothers who delay this decision lose compounding years. A business started today, even part-time, even slowly, accumulates equity, reputation, systems, revenue, client relationships. A business started in 5 years starts from zero. The domestic environment isn't a barrier. It's the operational context. Women who can manage a household can manage a business. The systems are identical. The stakes are just formalized. This isn't about escaping motherhood. It's about refusing to let motherhood erase economic potential. The 15 models listed here represent entry points, not destinations. A mother might start with virtual assistants and evolve into consulting. Begin with transcription and move into content strategy. Start with meal planning and scale into a subscription platform. The initial model is scaffolding, not identity. What matters is the decision to stop viewing domestic life as economically neutral, to stop performing high-value labor without compensation, to stop waiting for someone else to recognize what's already there. The market doesn't care about credentials. It cares about solutions. Mothers solve problems daily. The shift is choosing which problems to solve for money. That's the architecture. Economic sovereignty isn't built on one decision. It's built on repeated micro-decisions to redirect attention, energy, and skill toward systems that generate compounding value. These 15 models are tools, not prescriptions. The right one depends on existing skills, available time, risk tolerance, and long-term goals. But the common denominator is this: they all respect the reality of maternal labor. They don't demand that women become something else. They allow women to monetize what they already are. That's the difference between exploitation and alignment. The women building wealth from home aren't working harder. They're working structurally. They've stopped trading time. They've started building systems, and systems compound. Disclaimer: this video is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not financial, legal, or professional advice. Any business model requires effort, skill development, and market conditions vary. Individual results depend on execution, consistency, and external factors beyond control. Some links in the description may be affiliate links, meaning this channel may earn a small commission, no extra cost to you. Always conduct independent research before making financial decisions.